Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Allie and today I'm bringing you a little bit more fall inspiration for your home decor. So this time around, I'm working with items that I already have. So if you watched my video last week, you saw me kind of go through and assess a little bit of my storage and just see what I had from years past. So now I want to take some of those items and I want to refresh them in a way that is new. Upgrading these items allows me to save a little money so I'm not having to go out and buy new, and also not have extra things to store once the season's over. One of these DIYs is repurposing an old set of pumpkins that I've had in years past. I consider them a dupe of these pumpkins that I saw on the Pottery Barn website. At least that's where I drew my inspiration from, and I'm so happy with how they turned out. I can't wait to share them with you. Another DIY is a great idea for a fall centerpiece using natural items. I always love to incorporate natural items whenever I can. I think you'll love it for a kitchen or dining table. And the third idea is a way to bring a fall scent into your home without having to light a fall candle. Now those candles, as much as I love them, they can get expensive to purchase, and they also do burn toxins in the air, and I kind of gave up on the scented candles a while back just because I'm trying to eliminate or reduce the toxins that I can in our home. So this is a great way to bring those fall scents into your home without having to burn anything. These DIYs turned out really great. They're actually very simple, so stay with me and I'll walk you through step by step and hopefully give you ideas on things that you can refresh in your own space. And now when you put them out for your fall decor, everything feels refreshed and new, but you saved yourself the money and the headache of having to store items later. If you like videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That will make sure that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know which item is your favorite. I love when you guys leave me comments. That also really helps my channel and it helps YouTube to know what kind of things you like, so it shows you more videos like this. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first DIY I'm going to get started with is transforming these 3 pumpkins. I've had these pumpkins for probably close to a decade now. Every year I sort of struggle with decorating with them when fall rolls around, and it's because they feel kind of cold to me. I really like to go for warmth, especially this year. I'm really craving more color in the home, so I decided that I wanted to warm these guys up. So the materials that I'm using are very simple and basic. It is a paper plate for mixing paint. I've got some baking soda to help add texture, and then I have a variety of different paints. Now I decided that I wanted to make one of my pumpkins green, another one of my pumpkins brown, and the third one to be like a light orange yellow color. I'm also keeping some extra light and dark paints on hand so that I can mix in if needed. To get the look I want, I'm using 2 sizes of paintbrushes, one that's wider and one that's more narrow. I'm getting started with my green pumpkin, so I'm adding some of the green paint and a little bit of baking soda to the plate. And again, that baking soda just helps to add some texture. So now I'm just going to make sure that I cover the entire pumpkin in that green color. And I like to sort of change the position of my brush from up and down to side, just so that I can get into all of those cracks and crevices. Now I'm going to paint the brown pumpkin, and you can see that I'm mixing in a couple of different colors, a light and a dark, so that I can achieve the look that I'm going for, and just making sure that every part of that pumpkin is covered. Next up, I'm giving this little pumpkin a nice base coat of this color called French linen. I'm linking all these paint colors for you, by the way. You'll see that I'm going to warm this guy up a little bit more later. So now I'm using a method of just taking a clean, wet paper towel, and I'm picking up some of that dark chocolatey color paint, and then I'm also blending it out with the base color, which is more of that green color. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. You just want to tap sort of all around the pumpkin. This helps give it some extra dimension and a little bit of extra color. You can take me high. Now I'm using my smaller paintbrush and I'm picking up that brown colored paint and I'm going into all of the creases. And then with another clean wet paper towel, I'm just dabbing out those creases. This is what gives it even more dimension and shading and makes it look really realistic. Until you save me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed. While that pumpkin is drying, we're going to do a similar thing with my brown pumpkin. So as you can see, I have a light yellow, 2 different shades of brown, and then I'm mixing it in with the base color as well. Same method with a clean, wet paper towel. I'm just dabbing some of those colors onto the pumpkin. And as you can see, it's giving it much more of that golden kind of feel. So it still is that chocolate brown, but now it has a nice golden sheen to it. Just like I did before, I'm going in and really defining those crevices in that pumpkin. And I'm warming up this little guy with some extra browns and yellows, doing the same kind of thing, just going all around with that clean wet paper towel, just to give it the look that I'm going for.
Without you, you can take me high.
Now I'm going to add in that gilded gold look on the stems that I saw on the Pottery Barn website. And I'm going to begin by using this gold iridescent paint. So you just want to use your brush to make sure that you cover all of the areas on the top, from the stem to the leaves. One coat of this is really enough. So again, I just want to make sure that I hit all those spots. I'm turning the pumpkin at all different angles so that I can get into all those different cracks and crevices. I'm doing the same with my other pumpkins, and I grabbed just a plain sheet of paper. You can use any kind of scrap paper. I just like to put it underneath so that my brush strokes don't accidentally hit the pumpkin. Now I'm using what's left of that gold and I'm mixing in a little bit of that lighter white color. And what I want to do here is I'm just going to dab the tips of that larger paintbrush and I'm making little marks very gently, just sort of tapping them all along the side of the pumpkin. And the look that I'm going for is like when you buy a pumpkin from the store and it's been laying on its side in the dirt and you can kind of see that one side is a little bit speckled. That's the look that I'm going for, but using the brushed gold like this makes a really nice effect. I'm doing the same thing on the green pumpkin, but in this case I decided to just go all the way around with that gold color, and the same thing with the smaller pumpkin. I love how these turned out, you guys, and to think that I took them from these to these is just wild to me. I'm so excited. They feel so much more luxurious, so high-end, and I like them even better than the ones that I saw on the Pottery Barn website. So now I'm going to show you how I styled them. So this is a bench in our hallway that's right underneath our gallery wall. So I took a picture that I got from Hobby Lobby along with these blackberry stems, and I have been waiting to use these blackberry stems, you guys. I think that they're so pretty and natural, and they're just perfect for fall. Now I'm going in with a smaller vase. I'm just going to add this one right next to the other one. I like that it has the green in it, and I think that it'll pick up the green in the pumpkin really nicely. And I'm keeping things very natural with just one single cotton pod stem that I have. And now I'm going to add the pumpkins. So I'm going to start with the largest one, this green one on the bottom. And I'm going to add in that brown one, which is a little bit more squatty, sort of front of it, a little bit off center. Now this is a placemat that I picked up from a local store. It's just a little moss placemat, and I'm going to set the third pumpkin on top of that placemat, kind of like in a pumpkin patch. And then I'm taking this votive holder that I have. If you do not have one like that, I could honestly use the paint that I linked for you below that I used on the pumpkins, and you could probably recreate that pretty easily with a fine paintbrush. But I'm going to link a similar option for you in the description. But overall, I love how this turned out. It just cozied up my hallway so nicely. It's giving the perfect fall vibes, and that punch of gold in the stems, that gilded gold color, really makes all the difference. I love that the wood tones really balance things out along with the greenery in that moss placemat. So now we're going to start the second DIY, and for this DIY, you'll need some clear glass vases, some battery operated pillar candles, some dried orange slices, which you can do yourself or you can purchase them online, and some cinnamon sticks. You're also going to need a little bit of twine, and this is an optional step. I'm going to use the same gold that I used on the pumpkins to rim the tops of the vases. Again, you don't have to do this. I just kind of wanted to tie it all in together and make it feel a little bit more fancy. So what you'll do is you're just going to make a circle in a plate with that gold color, and then you're just going to dip the tops of that cylinder into it. You just can, move it around left and right, nothing too specific, but just to get that gold rim around the tops of the vases. And now you're going to measure out 3 long pieces of that string. So you want to go about 6 or 7 feet, and you can use the previous ones to measure it out for you. We're going to start by wrapping them around the vases. So you want to wrap them once so that you have about 3 inches or so left. And then you're going to take the other side and just keep winding it around the vase so that you have a nice stack of these. And then you want about the same amount left on either side. You're going to pinch them with one hand, and with your other hand, you're just going to very easily thread them right through the center of the orange slice, and then make a double knot so that it stays in place. And if your orange slice doesn't naturally have a hole in the center, you can very easily just pop one through with the tip of your thumb. Now you're going to add that cinnamon stick to the center by just placing it there and then double knotting that piece of twine around the cinnamon stick. Snip off any excess. I like to leave about 1 inch or so on each side. And then you'll set that one aside, and we're going to do the same thing with the other 2 vases.
But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes.
These already smell so good, and they're turning out really cute. So I'm going to show you how I styled these, and I'm going to give you guys a few different options. So I'm starting out with this long wood dough bowl. I've had it for about a year now, and I keep it on my dining table because it's the perfect size. I have this piece of garland that, as you can see, kind of broke in some places. I don't really have a lot of places to use it, so I thought it would be really good to just sort of spread it out and use it as filler for along the bottom of the dough bowl. Next, I'm adding in another garland that I found in my storage that is kind of sparse and has some broken pieces, but again, for the way that I'm going to use it here, it's perfect. This is a bag of those pumpkin fillers that I bought a couple of years ago, I think at Hobby Lobby, and all I'm doing is filling up a small layer, maybe about 1 inch high, in the bottom of the cylinder, and then I'm placing the battery-operated candles right on top of this. So one way to style this is to just spread these out in a single layer and level and just leave them like that. But I decided that I wanted to add a little bit more height. So I took some of my candle holders. I have 2 in the small size and 1 in the large size. Placed the large one in the center just to give it some variation and some different heights. And I think that this looks really pretty.
No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes.
I wanted to try one more style, so I took these iron lanterns that I have, and I just thought I would test out 2 of them and see how that looked. So I just placed one of these on each side, and I think that this is my favorite. Something about the black, I think, really helps to ground the entire centerpiece, especially since the oranges are 2 slightly different colors, and fall definitely is time for more of those darker tones. I really think that this one tied everything together better, warmed it up, and this was my favorite. And since I had one left over, I thought that I would add it to the edge of my kitchen island. I just popped it in a small bowl with some moss, and it looks so pretty, and I think it just ties everything together really nicely. And having that green moss at the bottom of the bowl like that adds another natural element, and the color contrast really helps to make those pumpkins pop.
I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else.
For my third DIY, I'm going to be making an essential oil blend, and I'm putting it in a spray bottle so that I can spritz this all over my decor and have a really nice scent without having to burn any candles. So as you can see, I have some rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle, and then I have a few different essential oils. I have sweet orange, I have clove, I have frankincense and cinnamon bark, and I'm using a little measuring cup so that I can measure out 2 tablespoons of the rubbing alcohol and just adding it right into that spritzer. I'm adding 4 drops of orange oil, 2 drops of clove oil, 2 drops of cinnamon bark, 2 of the frankincense, and I'm just adding that into my spritz bottle and filling the rest up with distilled water. Giving it a little bit of a shake, and then I'm using my label maker so that I can just add a sticker onto it so that I remember what it is. And this is just a really nice seasonal scent that you can spritz around your home, again, without having to burn any toxic candles. So that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to take those items that you already have, repurpose them in a new way to bring a really fresh vibe into your home without having to spend the money or extra storage. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, drop me a comment, let me know what you think, and make sure that you're subscribed. This way, every time I upload a new video, you'll get notified. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds. Because without you by my side, I would